Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am back, and Marcus Rashford could be out for up to 2 months. And I don't mean from now, I mean of the season, from the start of the season, as he could be about to undergo an operation for that injury that he has been carrying on his shoulder. And straight after the Euros, I tweeted Manchester United saying send him for a rest, get that operation done, and get him back to Manchester United fit and raring to go. And it looks like I have got my wish, although obviously it's disappointing for Manchester United to be without one of their heroes in Marcus Rashford. And it's been great over the last 48 hours to see the country, to see his city come out in support of him after missing that penalty, after being the victim of some terrible racist abuse all over social media. It's been great to see the support for Marcus Rashford all over the country, in his hometown, and of course all over the world as well. But we do hear the news that he could miss the first 2 months of the Premier League campaign after deciding to push ahead with surgery on a long-standing shoulder problem, and that comes from the Telegraph's James Ducker. Although an operation is not considered a necessity at this stage, Marcus Rashford is concerned that the problem has not got better with time and that his movement will continue to be inhibited if he does not have surgery. He would like to have the shoulder surgery immediately, but that is unlikely to happen until the end of July, so he'd expect he'd probably go away for a little holiday, get a little break, get a little sun in his system, and then come back to Manchester United raring, to get that operation and then get fit and then be ready to go in October. He could miss Manchester United's first 8 Premier League games, including the season opener against Leeds, the first 3 Champions League group matches as well, in addition to England's 5 World Cup qualifiers in September and October. Now, after the madness that occurred, we heard Kylian Mbappe, Lewis Hamilton, David Beckham among those to have personally reached out to Marcus Rashford, as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it's great to hear that support for him. But now we need him to get rested. Now we need him to go and get his operation and come back. Because what's incredible is, last season he was playing through injury. In fact, it feels like for the last 2-3 seasons he's been playing through injury. And to manage to play through injury and still have the best campaign in terms of goals and assists that he has had for the club is absolutely phenomenal. Now we hear he was struggling to get his foot in his boot during training in the final weeks of last season. His ankle had ballooned on the way to the Europa League final. Rashford's ankle could also be looked at when he undergoes shoulder surgery. His impressive performances in England training are understood to have left some of his teammates wondering why he did not feature more in Euro 2020. That's one of the tweets that United Report have shared from this report as well, which is interesting. But I mean, in terms of his injury and from a purely selfish Manchester United fan perspective, I'm kind of glad he wasn't involved. Of course, I wanted to see him involved more for England, and I wanted to see him be a part of a team that went on and won the Euros. But from a United perspective, to see him not aggravate that injury further, during the summer was good as well. Now, hopefully he can go away, get that done. And the luxury for United is, we've got Jadon Sancho in now, who can play left and right. We've got Anthony Martial, who can play through the middle and on the left. We've got Mason Greenwood, who can play through the middle and on the right. Maybe on the left if we asked him to too. Daniel James can play on the left and the right. Amad Diallo's still knocking about as well. So we have the players there to be able to cover for Marcus Rashford in those wide areas. We've obviously got Edinson Cavani too. Now he's on an extended break for Manchester United, so he could come back a little bit later. Anthony Martial is going to come back, and he has got a massive opportunity, because a lot of people, whether you're a fan of his like me or whether you're not, see this season as kind of like a last chance saloon for him. Now, I believe he's had a decent United career so far, but decent isn't good enough to become Manchester United's main number 9. He had an incredible season the season before last. Player of the year, top goal scorer, great stuff. That's what we wanted to see. But last season, combination of horrible form and injury meant we didn't get the best out of him. Now, if everyone's fit and firing, at the moment, Anthony Martial isn't in your 11. But with this operation for Marcus Rashford, with Cavani joining up with training late because of the Copa America, he's going to get an opportunity to create a relationship with Rashford, with Greenwood, Sancho, etc. And Cavani when he comes back, and maybe make himself first choice again. It's a massive opportunity for him, a massive opportunity for other players in the squad. I wonder what this means for the likes of Jesse Lingard. I was doing the news for Paddock earlier and we were talking about where his future lies. Will he now think, you know what, I'll stick around, I could get more game time here? Daniel James has been linked with a move away from Manchester United, potentially going to Leeds. Do we keep Jesse Lingard instead of Daniel James? Like, there's so many moving parts for Manchester United this summer. But Marcus Rashford's injury could give a massive opportunity, obviously, to Anthony Martial to make himself number one again, because he's probably not going to be starting behind everyone in the pecking order as he would have expected to at the start of the season, and also some other players in the squad. But mostly for United, it would have been disappointing to see Rashford, you know, go away now, have that break, come back still without having the up, start the season, aggravate that injury, continue to play through injury because he doesn't want games, or end up having the operation anyway in September, October. At least now, look, it's a 12-week recovery. Most of that recovery will be done during the summer. And then obviously we miss him for 2 months of the season, but it's the start of the season. We'll have him back for when we're going through the nitty-gritty of the campaign. We'll have him back for when we're going into that Christmas fixture list, which is chock-a-block. So yes, he's going to miss some crucial fixtures, but great to see that he's finally going to get this issue hopefully solved now. Now obviously that's going on. We also hear Man United have been given permission to speak to Raphael Varane. Fabrizio Romano says that issue with contracts with Varane are no problem. So now it just depends on getting a fee accepted by Real Madrid. If we could start the season with Sancho and Varane in the bag, hopefully get a central midfielder, maybe get a fullback to accompany the squad that we've got already, that could be a great summer. And to have Sancho in the bag already, potentially be close to a deal for Raphael Varane, because you hear Real Madrid don't want to give him the money. You hear, you know, United are interested, he's interested in United. Now sceptical about another Sergio Ramos, but Raphael Varane to United would be a dream signing. It would be my dream signing. I did a video about 3 signings. Sancho and Varane were 2 of them. So to get them would be an absolute dream. So hopefully this Raphael Varane thing happens. Still, let's wait and see. We'll keep you updated here on Paddock and on AdamMcKola TV. But of course, Sancho's deal is going to be confirmed, official. We're going to get to see him in the shirt, with the contract, with all that stuff. And that medical was done today as we speak. Probably yesterday by the time you watch this. But great to see that one finally getting done. And it's been a positive summer for United so far. Obviously this is bad news, but I also think it's good news to get it sorted now, because for too long we've seen Marcus Rashford play through injury. So let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Of course, help me hit 110k subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. Become a member as well if you can. But until next time, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.